Hello, and welcome to Selling Your Belongings Online. I know a lot of us have engaged in some extra house cleaning these past few months. Why not make a profit off of it instead of just throwing it out? Let's learn how to sell online. Today I will cover the various different platforms or websites on which you can sell your belongings and what the use and functionality of each one is. First, if you want to engage in a local sale, which I would recommend as it is the most cost-effective for anybody who isn't starting their own small business, you can use either Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. If you want to do more far-reaching sales, try Amazon or eBay. Lastly, if you are selling crafts or used clothing, try Poshmark or Etsy. We'll cover the details of what purpose these sites provide as we go on. Facebook Marketplace is great and like a perpetual yard sale. The easiest one is Facebook, and it begins with making a Facebook account. If you don't want to use Facebook for the social media option, you can still make an account just to use the marketplace. When you first make an account, you may have to wait a few days for Facebook to verify your account for the marketplace option to show up. Once it does, sign in and the marketplace symbol looks like this little storefront on the left-hand side of your Facebook homepage. When you open the marketplace to post something for sale, you will see the option Sell Something on the left-hand sidebar with a little plus symbol next to it. When you select this, it will ask you what you are listing. You can advertise the item no matter how big or small, or a car or home for sale or rent. Of course, if you do some of these bigger ticket items, you will still have to go through the proper paperwork channels. Facebook just exists to facilitate the sale. When you indicate what your sale will be, you will have to answer certain details about the item, the category, the title of the item, and what the price is. If you want to give it away for free, just set the price to 0 and it will show up as free. Tag your location in the town you are in so it shows to local buyers. And then lastly, add photos of your item and the description. The more photos and the more concise but technically detailed the description, the better. On Facebook, you may add up to 10 pictures of an item for sale. To do this, select the plus button over the square to select Open Photo. This will bring you to photos on your phone or files on your computer. Find and select the picture you want to add. If on the computer, select Open. To remove or edit pictures from the sale posting, hover your mouse or hold down with your finger on the phone to see the paintbrush as an edit option and the X as a delete option. If you want to take some time to think about your sale, you may save your item as a draft, or if you are done, you can post it right away. Once you publish it, you can manage the sale or edit it by going to Marketplace and then Sellings. From here, you can also do things like mark the item as sold, pending to be sold potentially, or manage it by editing what the sale says, or the price, or just deleting the sale. You'll also see the boost listing option, which will boost it as an ad that will appear on people's newsfeed, their home pages, as well as in the marketplace. After 7 days, if your post still hasn't gotten any traction, you may renew it. Facebook is definitely one of the easiest places to sell items as it advertises to the local area, and there are a lot of people on Facebook, so therefore a lot of people will see your post. The general practice is that once a sale is agreed upon, the buyer will pick up the item from the seller. Some people prefer to meet in a public place, and others still offer to drop off the item at the buyer's residence. You may have a safe trade station near you in Ocean County. Currently, there are locations in Stafford, Barnegat, Brick, Manchester, Beechwood, Lacey Township, and Toms River. These are typically areas where there are well lit 24 hours a day and also camera surveillance by the police department, so that way you can feel safe while doing your internet exchanges. For a much more expanded and classic online selling game, you could check out Craigslist. We're going to cover how to use Craigslist in a responsible manner. When you go to Craigslist, you will first have to select your location so it knows what local site to place you on. Personally, I feel that Ocean County resonates the most with the Jersey Shore Craigslist page, although this could be central, south, or maybe even north depending on your travel patterns. After picking your location, you'll find Create a Posting and My Account on the left. You don't need an account to make a posting, but it will make it easier for you to keep track of and check in on the postings that you make. When you select Create a Posting, you must then pick what type of posting it is: a job offered, a job wanted, housing, an item for sale, There are many options. When you select an item for sale, you must then pick the category that the item would best belong. It may cost money to make a posting in certain categories, such as cars, trucks, and RVs. Fill out the appropriate information. You must enter your email or phone number because you will be directly contacted by interested parties about setting up a sale. Craigslist is definitely notorious for its scammers. You can sell nearly anything and everything on the site, but it has a very lax system and therefore sometimes attracts a bad crowd. Please take the following steps to be careful. Do not provide any payment to anyone you haven't met in person. While you can engage in shipping, beware of these offers as they are the easiest way for a scammer to get your money for the promise of something that will never come. Never wire funds, especially using a Western Union. Do not accept cashier checks or money orders as they could be fraudulent. Never give out your financial information. Do not rent or purchase an item without seeing it. Refuse any background or credit card checks, as this is just a way to get some of your information. Lastly, Craigslist voicemails is always a scam and is just trying to get information out of you. If you get a voicemail that says it is from Craigslist, it is not, and you should delete it. Here are some easy ways to recognize scams. Avoid people who are out of the area, or those that say they cannot or refuse to meet up, or if they offer to transfer money using PayPal, Western Union, or other related services. Also be mindful that you do not break the rules yourself. There are a list of items that are prohibited for sale on Craigslist, such as guns and ammunition, prescription drugs, alcohol, tobacco, food stamps, lottery tickets, selling personal information, and more. No matter how many precautions you may take, such a circumstance may happen where you have been scammed. After contacting your bank or credit card company, reach out to the FTC through their website or using this number to report the scammer so that way they can better catch them and shut them down. Also, try going to the Internet Fraud Complaint Center or the SIIA Piracy Reporting to report other crimes of that nature. I would recommend, if you are just interested in cleaning out your house of general items that you no longer need, that you stick to the sites that we just covered, like Facebook Marketplace, generally being the most popular. But you may also be interested in selling all over the world. When it comes to selling all over the world, Amazon is hands down the best at what they do. But while back a decade, it was simple to post books that you no longer needed on Amazon to sell, it is no longer such a simple process. While posting your product on Amazon will have it seen for sure, you have to consider whether this is the correct commitment for you. First off, Amazon has a base price seller plan that you have to register for, which is roughly $1 an item for an individual, or if it is professional, then it is $40 a month. You need to consider whether you'll be taking international orders, and if so, you need to confer with your bank or credit card company on receiving and transferring automatic clearinghouse for foreign funds. Typically, a Visa or MasterCard will cover these needs, but it is best to double check with the company or bank. If you are selling an item, you will need to report that item's GTIN, which can be any registered number such as a UPC or EAN. This means that this is not the place to sell homemade items. You can package and ship the items yourself, or you can sign up for Fulfillment by Amazon plan, where Amazon will accomplish this for you for a price. You will also need to set up a US EIN number, which involves filling out the IRS form SS4 to establish yourself as an Amazon seller. Depending on what you're selling, how much, and to where, other fees and qualifications may apply. Overall, Amazon is a lot of work and a lot of extra fees. If you are starting a legitimate business, it may be an option for you, but even then, it may just be easier to design your own website. Amazon has its benefits by being the #1 marketplace, but that means that there is a higher bar to sell on there. A more popular and easier option to sell your items is on eBay. While I wouldn't recommend eBay for selling everyday items, it is absolutely great for antiques or collectibles or other unique items. Also, while eBay was originally set up to be an auction site, it now has the capability to act as either an auction or marketplace. To make an eBay account, you just need your name, email address, and password. Instead of using the assigned name that eBay will give you, make a personalized one related to what you will be selling. To be a seller, link the account to either PayPal or your credit card. When you want to start selling, go to the home page and you will find the Sell button on the top left-hand corner. This will take you to an area where you can type in what you are selling. It will try to match this with an item they have on the eBay database. For example, here is a list of products it brings up after I type in Surface Pro 5th generation. Then I will select the product that I would like to sell. To better find the exact product you are looking to sell, try using the filters on the left-hand side or just typing in the UPC of the item. When you select a product, check that the details match what you also have and take the liberty to add some details of your own, such as additions or defects. Add your own photos to improve the buyer's confidence in the product. eBay gives you some suggestions of different angles you can take the photos from: front, top, bottom, side, or close-up. Depending on the item, not all of these are necessary, but it can be a very good place to start. You then have to select whether the item will be sold at a set price or if it will be auctioned. Auctioning items is typically for rare items and collectibles. Otherwise, just go with a set price. If you do elect to an auction, you have to set how long the auction will last and what will be the minimal price, the starting point, so to speak. Be mindful of shipping for the item. In order to give the buyer an accurate accounting of how much the shipping might cost, use eBay to calculate the shipping cost by weight and size and add it to the cost of the item. If it will not be shipped, use the local pickup option. Remember that heavy or bulky items can cost a significant amount to ship. When you finish up, you can select the listed item, or if you want to come back and add more pictures, use the button to save it for later. Of course, you can always go back and edit the post. You can also preview the listing before it is posted to check it for spelling mistakes. On eBay, you are allowed to list 50 items for free a month, and then everything over this is 35 cents each listing. After you sell, you will be charged a fee for using the eBay service. This will be based on the price of the item plus the shipping and handling. Most items have a fee of 10%. Books and movies are 12%, and business items and musical instruments are 3.5%. If you are going to be selling so much and so often on eBay, they do have a premium account that may be worth it. This is only if you are planning on regularly passing the 50 items a month threshold. The next site I want to cover is a site that has really exploded with popularity lately. Poshmark generally supplies clothes, shoes, and accessories, although it does have some household products. It is a favored way to get rid of some hand-me-downs for a profit. Set up your account with your email and your zip code and then start selling. Make sure you take good photos of your items, especially a good cover photo. Be aware that Poshmark is a haggling site, so you need to stay on top of your account and be responsive to customers. Most Poshmark sellers also try to do a little personal touch by sending a thank you note along with the package. To allow room for the bargaining, list items at 15 to 20% more than you would ideally like to sell it for. Don't worry, you can always change the price later. Take some well-lit pictures, and don't use the general picture from the store website. If it is clothing, I would recommend hanging it up or laying it out well, or ideally placing it on a mannequin. When you describe your item, try to be as accurate as possible. Any details can be really important to the seller here, such as the fabric material, general fit, and size. A really important thing is making sure that the size is right. So besides just giving the number size, try to also give some measurements. When you are listing the pricing, you must list what you originally paid for the item. Recall that people will see this number and they will want to see that you are selling it for cheaper than what it is worth. Another great haggling tip is that the website will let you know if someone has liked your items. If they have liked a handful of them, try offering them a bundle price to get them to buy them all. Poshmark has fees for its sellers based on the total price of the sale. For every sale under $15, Poshmark charges $2.95. If the item sells for above $15, Poshmark will take a 20% commission. The customer is charged for the shipping based on your zip code differences, although you can offer free shipping as a haggling incentive. If you are a bit of a maker yourself, whether that be jewelry, furniture, knitted scarves, or otherwise, the best place to sell handmade things is on Etsy. When you go to sell on Etsy.com, you will have to set up your shop, basically like a booth at a flea market. Answer the requisite questions. When you are posting an item, you can use up to 10 photos to show the item's important qualities. Etsy gives you some tips. Use a common object for scale so people can see the size. Use natural light and a clean, simple background. Show your variation. Following this, list some details about your item, such as what the title of it is, more details such as categories that you would classify it under, and a description. For categories and the like, make sure that you add all relevant categories, as this will help it be discovered during your search. Next, price your item and let them know how many copies of the item you have. You can also allow restock requests, wherein if you are sold out of an item, a customer can request that you make more. And then if you do, you will update the posting letting them know that you have made more, and they will be notified and they can then buy the item. Some products you may make with personalization options, so list what variations would be allowed. It is recommended to use a calculate shipping option where Etsy will automatically adjust the price of the item to account for the shipping costs based on the item's weight, dimensions, and also the distance from the buyer to the seller. You will have to set up how you will get your payments. Often you will link them to a bank account. Etsy's system will auto-deposit funds every Monday. You can change these in your account settings, but this is the default setting. Etsy's fees are as follows. To post something, you are charged 20 cents an item. Each item will stay posted for 4 months, and then you will have to renew the posting. When you finalize the sale of an item, Etsy will take 5% of the transaction in a fee. If you use Etsy payment processing, which is used for online purchases to be safe, easy, and private, Etsy will take an additional 25 cents each transaction, as well as an additional 3% of the sale. If you sell enough on Etsy, it may be worth it to buy a premium account to consolidate these costs. So, all in all, selling things online really isn't that hard. You just have to pick the right platform for your sale. This is the most important. And then post details and lots of good pictures. And then wrap it up by being professional and responsive so you get a good reputation as a seller. Thank you for listening in. Hang out afterward if you have any questions. Feel free to contact the library for help through reference chat, coming in during our hours, or giving us a call, or filling out our question box at theoceancountylibrary.org.
Support public libraries. Like, share, and subscribe for more great videos.